Hi everyone, welcome to US Immigration Help channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to file Form I-131, which is application for travel documents, parole documents, and arrival or departure records. If you are new to this channel, my name is Liman and I make videos for a family-based immigration to simplify the immigration process and give you a confidence to go through your immigration journey by yourself. First of all, I am not an immigration attorney. I'm here to help you based on the information I have from USCIS website and also based on the instruction that comes with the form. If you found this video very helpful, please subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and give us a big like so you too can share the video with more people. So if you're ready, let's get started. This is a new version of Form I-131 just released a couple days ago. If you want to know the version, just go at the bottom of the pages and you will see it. This is a Form I-131 edition of January the 20th, 2025. And it will expire on June the 30th, 2027. Now, let's go right here to edition date. This is from USCIS website. The version, which is January 20th, 2025, starting April 4, 2025, USCIS will accept only this version. So until then, you can also use the prior edition. So if you have an old version, you can use it now. But we still have a couple days, I would say 5 days. After these 5 days, the USCIS will accept only this version, which is January the 20th, 2025. So now let's go back to our form. This part right here is for USCIS use only. Do not touch it. For this part right here is for an attorney if you use one. For us, we are going to go straight here where it says start here. Type or print in black ink. I always say this in my videos. You can type and print. Like you can type when you print it, and if you miss something, you can add it with black ink. It's okay. But never correct anything that's been already typed. That's my advice. Now, let's go to part 1, which is application type. They tell you right here, select the application type below, and it's going to be only one. I have a video for re-entry permit. Now we're gonna do refugee travel documents. It's gonna be choice 2. I now hold refugee or asylum status in the United States, and I am applying for a refugee travel document. That's what this video for today. Now, if we selected a refugee travel document, we're gonna go straight to part 2. Part 2 is going to be right here. Now, before we go to part 2, I'm sorry, we got to answer this question 13 for refugee. So, refugee status. Do you hold status as a refugee? Were you paroled as a refugee? Or are you a lawful permanent resident as a direct result of being a refugee? So, make it yes. Now, let's go to part 2, which is information about you, the person requesting a travel document. Question number 1, your full name. We're going to start with a family name. It's Bushi. Given name or first name, it's Bushra. Middle name, not applicable. NA, a lot of people leave it blank as well, and it worked. I done that, and it worked with no problem. So both works. We're still talking about part 2. Question number 2, other name used, if applicable. Family name, I copied the same one I used above, and no problem. I done that on my application with no problem, but a lot of people left in blank as well. Both work. So whatever you see it work for you, both works. You can type the same name you typed above, or you can leave it them blank. Question number 3, current mailing address or safe address if applicable. In care of name, I put the full name right here of my spouse, Bushi Bushra. Street number and name is 100 Robert Run. City or town, Indianapolis. State, Indiana. Zip code is 46254. one thing I want to mention right here, it's not a big problem, but sometimes what happens right here, when you select the state, this one is not populated automatically. So you have to add it with a black ink right here, just in case it did not populate right here. That's my advice. Question number 4, current physical address if different from the above address. But for me, it is the same address. Some question number 4 will be left blank. So other information. Question number 5, alien registration number, a number if any. You can get this one right here from your, if you have a green card, you can get it from your green card. If you don't have a green card, you can get it from your I-131C, like this one right here, USCIS alien number right here. So let's go back to our form. Just type it right here. Question number 6, country of birth is Syria. Country of citizenship or nationality is Syria. 6, she is a female. Date of birth. Question number 9, date of birth is January the 1st, 1990. U.S. Social Security number, just for learning purposes, I put 333393. Question number 11, USCIS online account number, if any. If you have one, your receipt number, I'm going to show one right here. I think I have it. Yeah. If you have a receipt number that starts with IOE number, means you have USCIS online account. It's right here. So if you have it, just go ahead and type it right here. I'm not going to type this one right here because that was for me, not for my spouse. So now let's go to the next question. If you are physically present in the United States and you are seeking a temporary protected status, travel authorization document, advanced parole, renewed period of parole, reparole, or parole in place, part 1, item 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, or 11, complete the following. For us, it does not apply for refugee travel document because it's item number 2. So part 2, we're still talking about part 2, information about you. So question number 14 is not going to apply for us. So we're going to go straight to, information about them. If complete this section only if you are applying on behalf of someone else. But for me, I'm not applying on behalf of someone else. So my spouse, I'm not applying on behalf of someone else. So we're talking about part 2. So now we're going to go straight to part 3. Biographic information of the person who will receive the travel document, parole document, or arrival departure record. Question number 1, ethnicity. Select only one box. For me, not Hispanic or Latino. Question number 2, race. In my case, is white. Question number 3, height is 5, 2 inches. Weight in pound, 160. Question number 5, a color is black. Question number 7, hair color. Select only one box. In my case, is black. Now, let's go to part 4, which is processing information. Question number 1, has the person who will receive the travel document, parole document, or arrival departure record, if approved, been in any exclusion, deportation, removal, or recession proceedings? In my case, is no. Question number 2A, have you ever before been issued a re-entry permit or refugee travel document? No. If you answered yes, you must enter this information into B. Now let's go to question 3A. Have you ever been issued an advanced parole document? In my case, is no. If you answered yes, you must provide the information in 3B and 3C. Now let's read this question right here. If you are requesting parole from outside the United States, parole in place, or reparole from inside the United States, skip to part 8. For us, question number 4 will apply for us. Question number 4, are you requesting a replacement, re-entry permit, refugee travel document, advanced parole document, or TPS travel authorization document? In my case, is no. Part 4, we're still talking about part 4, processing information. If you answered yes, select one of the following boxes and complete item numbers 6A to 6B. So if you answered no, you can skip to item 7A. So our answer to question 5 was yes. I'm sorry, was no. So we're gonna skip to 7A. So let's read this question right here. If you are applying for an advanced parole document, skip to part 7. You must complete the rest of part 4 if you are requesting a re-entry permit or refugee travel document. Where do you want your re-entry permit or refugee travel document sent? Please note that if you want your re-entry permit or refugee travel document sent to another country, you will need to pick it up at U.S. Embassy, U.S. Consulate, or USCIS International Field Office. Select 1. 7A applies for me to the U.S. address shown in part 2, item number 3 of this application. Part 4, processing information. If you are requesting that the re-entry permit or refugee travel document be sent to U.S. Embassy, U.S. Consulate, or USCIS International Field Office, where should the notification to pick up the travel document be sent? In my case, 8A applies for me to the address shown in part 2, item number 3 of this application. So now let's go to part 5. It does not apply for travel document refugee travel document. Part 6, complete only if applying for a refugee travel document. Part 1, item number 2 or 3. So question number 1, country from which you are a refugee or asylee. In my case, is Syria. If you answer yes to item number 2 to 6 below, use the space provided in part 13 additional information to provide an explanation. Question number 2, do you plan to travel to the country named above in item number 1? Yes. If you are selected yes, you must give more information on additional page, which is part 13. Since you were admitted to the United States as a refugee or granted asylee status, have you ever 3A, returned to the country named above in item number 1? In my case is no. Question 3B, applied for and or obtained a national passport renewal or entry permit from the country in the, item number 1. In my case is no. Question number 3C, applied for and or received any benefit from the country named in part number 1, for example, health insurance benefit. In my case is no. We'll start talking about part 6. Since you were admitted to the United States as a refugee or granted asylum status in the United States, have you, by any legal procedure or voluntary act, question 4A, reacquire the nationality of the country named above in item number 1? No. My answer is no. Question 4B, acquire a new nationality. My answer is no. 4C, being granted a refugee or asylum status in any other country. In my case is no. Question number 5, are you filing for a refugee travel document before departing the United States? In my case is yes. If you answered yes to item number 5, because you are filing for a refugee travel document before departing the United States, you might skip item numbers 6A to 6C. So since my answer right here, 6A to 6C will be left blank. So we are going to go straight to part 7. Does not apply for refugee travel document. Part 8 does not apply for a refugee travel document. Part 9, employment authorization for a new period of parole, reparole. Part 1, item number 10 or 11 does not apply for a refugee travel document. So we're going to go straight to part 10. Applicants, contact information, certification, and signature. Read the information on the penalties and travel warnings in the form instruction before completing this part 10. So applicants, contact information. Provide your daytime telephone number, mobile telephone number, if any, and email address. So question number 1, applicant daytime telephone number. I give them my cell phone. And question number 2 is same phone number, is my cell phone or mobile phone. Question number 3, applicant email address is sb@gmail.com. So applicant certification and signature. Please read this. It is very, very important. I'm not going to read it. Just make sure you read it because it is very important. So question number 4, applicant signature. So the first thing, I'm going to date it. Date of signature in the format, month, day, and year is 3/30/2025. And signature, once I print the form, I'm going to sign it with a black ink with hand. Do not put your initial or full name. It will be rejected if you put your initial or full name. It must be signed with a black ink with hand. So part 11, interpreters, contact information, certification, and signature if applicable. If no interpreters was used, skip to part 12. So we did not use any interpreter. So we're going to go straight to part 12. Part 12, contact information, certification, and signature of the person preparing this application if other than the applicant. So I prepare this form on behalf of my spouse. So I'm going to add my information right here. So prepares family name, it's Baker. And first name is Liman. Prepare business organization name. I don't have it. Just a regular person. It's just personal. Prepares contact information is 317-222 dash. It does not like dash. Okay. It's 3333. Same phone number is 317. 222-3333. An email, me and my spouse using the same email address, so at gmail.com. Prepares certification and signature. I certify under penalty of perjury that I prepare this application for the applicant at his or her request, and with express consent, and that all the responses and information contained in and submitted with the application are complete, true, and correct, and reflects only information provided by the applicant. The applicant reviewed the response and information and informed me that he or she understands the responses and information in or submitted with the application. Yeah, this one, make sure if somebody prepared the form for you, make sure everything is right, because even a person prepared this form for you, you have the responsibility for this form, as you can read from here, from prepares certification and signature. It is with your consent, the applicant's consent, and also based on the information that you give to the preparer. So make sure you read this and make sure the form is right, whatever the information you have in the form is right. Now let's go to question number 6, prepares signature. First, I'm going to date it. Is 03/30, today's date, 2025, and then signature. As I mentioned, signature must be signed after you print this form. Once you print the form, you must sign it with a black ink. Do not initialize or put your full name. If you initialize or you put your full name, it will be rejected. So it must be signed with a black ink with hand. So this is for part 13 additional information. Sometime what happened right here, this information sometimes does not get populated right here. You must make sure that this information populated right here. If not, you must add them with a black ink. That's my big advice for you right here. A lot of people have this problem right here with Adobe. So now we complete this form. Now let's go to the filing fee. The filing fee. So filing category for a refugee travel document, part 1, item number 2, item number 3, and item 13 on the form I-131. If you now hold a refugee status in the United States, part 1, item number 2, and item number 13, or are a lawful permanent resident as a direct result of a refugee status, part 1, item number 3, and item 13 is 0. The paper filing is 0. There's one right here for refugee travel document, part 1, item number 2 and 3 on the form I-131. If you are now hold a asylum status in the United States, part 1, item 2, or are a lawful permanent resident as a direct result of asylum status, part 1, item number 3, and you are, the first one, under 16 years of age or 16 years of age or older, it's for the first one is 135, for the second one is 165. Now let's talk about the supporting document. For supporting document, required initial evidence for all document categories. First one, you need a photo identity document. You must read this right here. All application must include a copy of an official photo identity document showing your photo, name, and date of birth. Example, your current employment authorization document, if available, a valid government-issued driver license, passport identity page, form, which is green card right here, or any other official identity document. The copy must be clear, showing the photo and identity information. So required evidence, they tell you right here, you must file your application with all required evidence. Not submitting the required evidence will delay the issuance of the document you are requesting. USCIS may request additional information or evidence, or may request that you appear at USCIS office for biometric submission or interview. So this is for a refugee travel document. You must attach, beside the first one, a copy of the document issued to you by USCIS showing your refugee or asylum status, or another order form an immigration judge granted you asylum status. Any other information you believe supports your eligibility for a refugee travel document. So if you answered no to part 6, item number 5, and you are filing for a refugee travel document from outside the United States, you must establish that you meet the regulatory requirement for an overseas filing. So basically, you pick the one that applies for you, because this will differ from case to case. So you must pick the one that applies for you. So now let's go to where to file. That's the last part of this video. Where to file will depends where you live. Will depend where you live in United States. If you live in this state right here, you will send it to USCIS Phoenix lockbox. And if you use postal service, you send it to this address right here. If you use FedEx, UPS, and DHL deliveries, you send it to this address right here. If you live in this state right here, you must use USCIS Elgin lockbox. If you use postal service, you send it to this address right here. And if you use FedEx, UPS, and DHL deliveries, you send it to this address right here. If you live in this state right here, you must use USCIS Chicago lockbox. If you use US Postal Service, you must send it to this address right here. If you use FedEx, UPS, and DHL deliveries, you must send it to this address right here. If you live in this state right here, you must send it to USCIS Dallas lockbox. If you use US Postal Service, you send it to this address right here. And if you use FedEx, UPS, and DHL deliveries, you must send it to this address right here. So we covered in this video, we covered how to file Form I-131, which is a new version. Also, we covered the filing fee, supporting document, and where to file. So this is the end of this video. I hope you like it. If you do, please subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Thank you, and see you in the next video.